As the Bitcoin price is currently bouncing from a very key level of support, everybody's wondering, have we bottomed out? Is this time to buy Bitcoin? As you can see, guys, we are still holding the swing short positions that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord in advance. Well, we're going to be diving into the charts today, talking about exactly what we need to be paying attention to in the coming days. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell for notifications because we are bringing you the most timely and the juiciest Bitcoin updates here on YouTube. After a week of massive dumpage, Friday afternoon, Bitcoin got one last big dump, feeling like this, only to get a big pump to the upside. Now, a lot of people are looking at this pump saying this is very, very significant. Why? As we can see, the Bitcoin price dipped below this very, very key level. Basically, the last low we put in, where if the Bitcoin price was actually going to come below this level, we would officially now switch into bearish market structure on these higher term timeframes. However, when we look at Friday's daily candle, we can see we got a very bullish wick closing the candle above the level. And now it's the second day that we have not even dipped back down to touch this very key level of 26,477. In addition to bouncing from a key level, we can see that Bitcoin is also bouncing from the 200-week moving average, which is a crucial level. We can see that pretty much ever since Bitcoin lost the 200-week moving average back around this area last year, it's been acting as our resistance, and we got a very harsh rejection from it actually back in February before we put in a very juicy bottom for a big move to the upside. And so now we're coming back. We are testing this level currently. Is this going to be a real bounce? Well, there are certain things we can look for to determine whether or not this bounce is real and whether or not we're actually going to bottom out here and get another big move to the upside. The first thing that I like to look at is the overall context of the market. So what we're looking at right here is the 200-week moving average on the Bitcoin all-time index. And you can see that historically speaking, this thing has always acted as support at the bottom of every single bear market. It's not until our recent market cycle that we have actually dipped below the 200-week moving average. So now that we're actually coming above it and getting a retest, that does seem kind of bullish. Also, when we take a look at the Fibonacci levels, every single market cycle, even back before we had a 200-week moving average, we can see that the bottom of the bear market was always when we come down to the 786, 886 fib zone, printing a bottom on market Cipher B. That tends to be the bottom of the bear market about a year out from the halving. So right now, the green dotted line marks 360 days before the halving. The white line marks the halving historically. We can see that as we kind of bottom out, touch the fib levels, touch the 200-week moving average about a year before the halving, that kind of is the bottom of the bear market. However, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to go straight up from there. In fact, if we take a look historically here, we can see that when we bounce from the fibs, we actually get about 6 months to a year of sideways, rangy, grindy price action before the big pump begins. Now, when we take a look at another indicator, the RCI, the Rank Correlation Index, we can see something very, very interesting. After we come down and bounce from the fib levels, and then we get the purple crossing above the blue. Right, we've had this happen a number of times, pretty much every single market cycle. This marks basically after the initial relief rally of the bear market, a period of time that we enter where we range and we grind and we have big ups and downs leading up until the halving. Notice this, purple crosses above the blue in 2012. Basically, from the time we get the cross, takes us about basically 213 days, give or take, before we see the real bull market begin. And again, once it happens here in 2015, we have again about 240 days before the real bull market begins. 2019, we get the purple crossing above the blue, and we don't actually see that real bull market come in until about 240 days when we had the big March 2020 dump. And once again, we are getting the purple crossing over the blue as we are coming up to this key point right here. So although things are very bullish on these macro timeframes, we have to understand that historically we're entering into a period of time where Bitcoin is not going to just catapult off into the stratosphere. We're entering that period of time where we're going to range sideways. We're going to have moves up. We're going to have moves down. And what this should tell us as people who are investing in Bitcoin for the long term, for the next bull cycle, is now's the time to really start accumulating on the dips, but not necessarily deploying on the dry powder all at once. By the way, guys, if you want to take advantage of the short-term volatility trading these markets, check out MEXC Global. This exchange is absolutely fantastic. The lowest fees you will find literally and on any other exchange. It's a great exchange, great liquidity, great mobile app. Now that we can no longer trade on ByBit, this is my go-to exchange. Click the link in the pinned comment and the description to get 0% maker fees and 33% off taker fees. Also, if you want to join the Casper Crew community, where every single day we do 3 live streams walking you through the live price action, looking for trade setups, giving our trade setups like this epic short trade that I am currently still holding. Great community to learn. You can go to jasoncaspertrading.com. Go ahead and click this link to join the group. Also, guys, if you want to learn how to trade this way, we do have a 25% discount on both of our trading courses right now. A great value. Make sure to check it out if you are interested. As we take a look at the weekly time frame, we can see something else very important, which is we have printed a big top on the weekly time frame in the overbought territory, and the VWAP is still pointing down, which in my opinion means there's a higher probability that we will see a little bit more downside before we put in what I'm looking to be a higher low. We can see the money flow is getting thinner here, very, very bullish in the long term, but in the short term, the VWAP is pointing down. The red dot has confirmed a few weeks ago, which in my opinion means it's more probable that we come down to some of these lower price targets. Now, for me, because we are breaking out of this very bullish head and shoulders pattern, inverse head and shoulders pattern, that means the major buy targets I have are going to be 25K and then 21.5K. And then if we continue down, of course, I will be looking to DCA in lower and lower and lower, but my 2 main targets are 25K and $21.5 thousand. Now, is there a chance that this is the bottom? Yes. And here's how I'm going to determine if this is the bottom or not. If we take a look at some of these lower time frames, such as the 1 hour time frame, what we want to be looking for right here is a retest, right? A very clear retest. If we go ahead and we pull our fib from the low to the high, and we put in some very key zones of support right here, if we come down to this zone right here between the 0.5 Fibonacci, and I would even go down to the 786 Fibonacci. So we're going to go ahead and draw a box right here. This box is going to be between 26K and $26.4 thousand. This $400 region right here is very, very key. If the price comes down and finds support in this box, and market cipher B is printing a bullish divergence right here, meaning as the price is coming down lower into this box, we are seeing the momentum getting higher, the money flow getting higher. That to me is showing that buyers are stepping in right here to defend this as our key zone of support. And if we start to see a move like this, then I will say, you know what, there's a much higher probability that the low has already been put in. So that is going to be the key level that I am looking at right now. Guys, I'm a huge proponent of being as self-sufficient as possible. I'm a homesteader. I raise my own animals. I grow my own food. And here's something that I am doing every single day to become more and more self-sufficient. All right, y'all, it's a beautiful morning out here on the homestead. And last week I made a video about creating a new garden in a pinch without worrying about everything being perfect first. So if you're going to be planting in soil that's never been worked before, here's something that I do that really helps me produce a lot more food from dirt that has never been enriched before. This is the stuff that I use. You can buy it in bulk on the internet, and it just adds so much nutrients to soil that has never been worked before. You can get yourself one of these sprayers and just fill it up with the fish emulsion, and then you can use that to kind of enrich the soil. And it really works really well. You'll notice the next day that your plants are much more vibrant. All right, y'all, that is it for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell, and I do pray everybody watching and listening is very blessed in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace!